So, I've had a little time to really think about the loss, really sleep on what this football team has done in the last two games, which is absolutely shit fucking bad, literally. And I've had time to think, and you know, people were asking and have been asking, what is the issue with the Atlanta Falcons? Some people say it's Matt Ryan. Some people say it's the coaching staff. Now, Dan Quinn was an issue, and Thomas Dimitroff was an issue as well. But you know what the real fucking issue with the Atlanta Falcons is? It's not any of our players. Our players are really just a reflection and our issues on the field are a reflection of our issues off the field. And it isn't because of our first year head coach and Arthur Smith. It isn't because of Terry Fontenot, who's our first year general manager. You know who it's really about? It's about the two men that fucking run this organization. Arthur Blank and Rich McKay. The fact that Rich McKay still has a damn job shows how senile and how out of it Arthur Blank is. Arthur Blank is just like Joe Biden. They're both out of their fucking minds. And Arthur Blank cares more about building a $1.5 billion stadium than winning a damn Super Bowl. I'm convinced about it at this point. I really am. I mean, now, I like the Benz. I think it's a really nice stadium. They put $1.5 billion into it. Of course it's going to be nice. That $1.5 billion we could have used to bring quality players in. We could have. I wouldn't have mind just making renovations to the Georgia Dome. I wouldn't have. Because at the time that we spent all that money for the Benz, that was actually the time where our Super Bowl window was most open. What does Arthur Blank do? He goes and he spends all that money like the damn elitist that he is on a $1.5 billion stadium instead of winning a damn championship for this city. Arthur Blank don't care about me, and he don't care about you, Falcons fans. He only cares about his wallet, and quite frankly, the fact that he can just throw around $1.5 billion like it's nothing shows how much of an elitist he is and how much all he cares about is that money. Because if you could just throw around $1.5 billion like it's nothing, you're fucking rich, okay? But anyways, Arthur Blank and Rich McKay have to go. Arthur Blank needs to sell this damn team. He needs to sell this team to someone who is actually willing to get this team a Super Bowl win, a Lombardi trophy in Atlanta. He has to do that because under Arthur Blank, I've honestly been convinced at this point we might not win a Super Bowl. We might not. And Rich McKay was really the problem behind the problem. The fact that we kept his ass around and we didn't fire his ass with Quinn and Dimitroff shows that Arthur Blank is stupid. Now, let's take a little ride down memory lane. Arthur Blank and Rich McKay fired Mike Smith after 2014. Now, Mike Smith was coming off back-to-back losing seasons. And when you got back-to-back losing seasons, obviously that ain't good at all. That should get your seat a little hot. But considering the fact that before that, we had 5 straight winning seasons. And 4 out of 5 of them, we made the tournament. 4 out of 5 of them, we made the tournament. And before that, before Mike Smith came around and before Matt Ryan came around, we had 0 back-to-back winning seasons. We have 5, and then we have 2 back-to-back losing seasons. But you know what? Look at what Mike Smith, look at the roster Mike Smith was given those years. Wasn't really good, especially on defense. Wasn't really good. I mean, I don't even remember a guy on defense who was really on this team past in 2013 and 2014. Really, I mean, what? Ricardo Allen was drafted in 2014. That's really the only guy I remember from that 2013 and 2014 defense. But they decided to fire Mike Smith because, and they claim that they care about winning so much. That's the other thing. They say they want to win. Well, guess what? You're the reason why you're not winning. You're the reason why you're not winning. Then we get Dan Quinn. And when we keep Thomas Dimitroff around, and I've told this to several people, only reason we kept Thomas Dimitroff around is because of how Matt Ryan turned out. That Julio trade could have easily backfired on us. Easily could have. And honestly, in a way, and Julio Jones had a great career here. He did. Now, I'll say this about Julio Jones for a minute. I'm not happy with the way that he left Atlanta, with the way that he just seemed to disrespect the city and the fans. But honestly, the reason why he left, thinking about it, I mean, I really can't blame him. I really can't blame him. He saw that as long as Arthur Blank was owner and as long as Rich McKay was CEO, this team isn't getting anywhere. And honestly, that belief I've now developed. Now, I'm not going to go and leave like other Falcons fans. I'm just being brutally honest. We are not going to win a Super Bowl with these two in charge of our team, with these two running the front office of our team. Now, I hope they prove me wrong. I hope that someday, with Arthur Blank as owner and Rich McKay as CEO, they prove me wrong. But until I'm proven wrong, I'm right. We're not going to win a Super Bowl with these two running our front office. But Dan Quinn, his first season, he started out 5-0. And then what did he do? He lost 8 of his last 11 to finish 8-8. Then we all know what happened in 2016. We all know. We had probably the best Falcons team ever. And then Dan Quinn handed Kyle Shanahan, who I don't care if he was about to be a head coach, in the fucking Super Bowl. You handed our Lombardi trophy to our offensive coordinator, and he basically threw it over to Tom Brady and said, have it. He didn't care. He was about to go to San Francisco anyway. He was about to be a head coach. There was nothing we could do about it. So, 28-3, and look, 28-3 doesn't faze me. We heard 28-3 after the game and 28-3 before the game. I don't give a crap. We're going to hear 28-3 every day. Falcons fans are still complaining about it. Well, you might have a fucking problem. Because just face the facts. 28-3 is going to be something we have to live with for the rest of our life. Even when we do end up winning a Super Bowl. Probably that's going to be when Rich McKay's gone and Arthur Blank has the team sold. But when we do eventually win a Super Bowl, we'll still hear 28-3. My children and my grandchildren are going to hear 28-3 about the Falcons. But you know what? That don't faze me. Back to Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn in 2017 hired this defensive coordinator named Marquand Manuel. And in 2017, Marquand Manuel had probably the best Atlanta Falcons defense since that 98 Dirty Birds defense. He probably did. I mean, the defense, you can say all you want. That year is the exception because the defense actually was looking like a quality defense that year. And Steve Sarkisian, our first-year offensive coordinator, he was getting the offense into a rhythm, and the offense, and the defense worked together and got us to 10 wins, got us to win in LA. But Philly, no, we blew it, and that's where our window shut for winning a Super Bowl. Our most recent window shut in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. It shut in either that 2017 divisional game or it shut 2018 opening day when all of our injuries happened. Now, I'm not a guy to blame injuries because I believe it's a next man up. But you know what? Look at the guys and look at the depth that we had behind them. Our depth has always stunk. But 2018 was the year it got exposed. And since then, we've never been the same. We've never been the same. Look at it since 2018. 7-9, 7-9, 4-12, 4-6. Probably at best 7-10. Probably at best. And we don't even play like a 7-10 football team. We play like one of the worst teams in the league at this point. Right now, I mean, what? They hung over from beating the Saints. I love beating the Saints. Trust me. I love beating those motherfuckers more than anything. But you know what? You're going to hang over you didn't win the Super Bowl yet. Winning the Super Bowl is the only goal in the NFL, and we're not going to win a Super Bowl with this roster. We're not going to win a Super Bowl with Matt Ryan as quarterback, and that's sad. That's sad because he deserves one, but we're not going to win one with him because of the team around him. It's not clicking. Simply not clicking. Drew Brees had 3 straight 7-9 seasons. The team around him wasn't clicking. You see what happens when Tom Brady doesn't have a team clicking around him. He left New England because the team wasn't clicking around him. You have to have a team clicking around you to some extent in the NFL. But one more point I'm going to make. In 2018, after that season, we fired Marquand Manuel and Sark. That, other than handing Kyle Shanahan our Lombardi trophy in the fourth quarter of the Super Bowl, is the worst decision Dan Quinn ever made with personnel here. Period. One of the worst decisions. Because half of our starting defense was out that year. Since then, we've never been the same, simply. We've never been the same. But Arthur Blank and Rich McKay, they need to sell this team. They need to sell this team. We need to get new ownership. We need to get a new top face in the front office if we want any shot at winning the Super Bowl. But you know what? I'll stay a Falcons fan. I'll bleed red and black till the day I die. Most Falcons fans probably won't, as a matter of fact, because most of them are a bunch of bitches. But you know what? I'm not your typical Falcons fan you see on the streets of Atlanta. I'll ride with this team every day that there is until I die, and I'll ride it in the afterlife as well. But anyways, something's got to change, and hopefully a lot will change, and not at quarterback, not with head coach, not with GM, with owner and CEO. the two top guys running your organization. I want to see it change. And I'm out.